Hi there. Welcome to another one of our podcasts here in the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council. And I'm excited to introduce another one of our board members, someone I've known for a long time, my good friend, Dr. Kyle Hoeft. Dr. Kyle, why don't you say hello and tell us a little bit about where you practice at?
It's good to talk to you again, Brent. I'm here in Indianapolis, actually north of Indianapolis in Fishers, Indiana. I've been in practice for about 24 years up in here and excited to share a little bit of information that I've gathered over those 24 years and to share it with the chiropractors, both new and old, and excited to do that.
Sure. So as we're getting this whole thing launched and ready to go public and share with our board and our goals, a lot of us have different things we're excited about. Could you share a little bit what you're excited about to see this council do and what we can bring to the table?
Sure, absolutely. We are looking forward to explaining and demonstrating how we can impact the local athletes in our communities so that we can improve their performance in their various sports, whether it's basketball, track, football, soccer, the list goes on. There's so much potential that we can help these kids realize that that they're not even aware that they have. And as chiropractors, that's the exciting thing, is that we can help these kids enhance their performance, and I see it on a regular basis, and it's really exciting to participate in that.
So I hear you talking about some of the local kids in your community. So you're talking more about not maybe working with the Indiana Pacers or the Indianapolis Colts, but maybe more working with some of the local kids. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. Many of us have families of our own. To be engaged with professional sports teams when I was younger, was involved with that a little bit, and it takes a lot of time. And there's many of us that want to go to our kids' games and go to our kids' events, and you got to pick and choose. And this is the best of both worlds. You can help high-powered athletes, high-performance athletes in your regular community. They may not be pros, but some of those kids will get to that point, and that's what I see on a regular basis here on the north side of Indianapolis.
So as we have a lot of people who are watching this or probably in practice like yourself, you find this would be a good way to grow a practice as well as a side effect?
It's a great way to grow your practice for sure. This is how you get involved in the community. This is how the community gets to know you, and this is how you can cement yourself as a trusted advisor, trusted doctor, and a valuable aid for the community as a whole, especially the athletes. It's definitely an important aspect, and I expect to see a lot more doctors getting involved in this way.
Great. So I imagine as you get the young athletes in, you get a chance to talk to mom and dad too about their care and get them under care at the exact same time.
Oh, absolutely. That makes it really easy. You don't, that's a really good point you bring up. When you're able to resolve pain issues, injuries with the kids, enhance their performance, the parents automatically involve themselves with the same care because they see the difference it makes with their kids. And why wouldn't they want to participate in the same way? They may not be competing, but they still do other sports. Things like paddleball and all that stuff is becoming big. Um, just to name one sport, it's really easy to recruit those parents.
I opened a practice inside the pickleball court, so I know what you're saying there. And I also find that when I first graduated, I knew that maybe sports could be a link to me to meet more people and get more involved in my community. So I just started showing up at soccer fields when there's 3,000 kids out there. And I think most people wonder, who's this weird guy walking around? But I think you're going to come up with some ideas, maybe how to plug us into these communities.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of different excuse me, a lot of different ways to involve yourself. For me, one of the best ways to engage in the community is I volunteered as a travel sports coordinator for the feeder program that feeds into the high schools. If you do that, you get yourself involved immediately with hundreds of kids, and you interact with the parents, you interact with their coaches, and that's one of the most effective ways to get started.
You give, to get, and they get plugged in at the same time, and they get to start to learn who you are, and they start to ask bigger questions. And correct?
Correct.
Awesome. And hopefully we will be able to help others people learn how to do the same things. So they'll be able to introduce into their practice and in their own communities. That I hope this council is one of those avenues we can do that, correct?
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
So So that's what we have here. We have some chiropractors who are going to take care of the Indiana Pacers with us, and we have Dr. Kyle here is going to work with the kids as they work their way up to that level and get their college scholarships. Correct?
That's correct. I work with many kids right now. I have one. He's actually a junior and is being recruited by probably 10 different Division I programs in the sport of basketball. So I expect to see this guy making headlines the next 4 years, and who knows, he may find himself on a professional sports team here in Indianapolis on the north side. If you're a basketball player, a basketball fan, there's a tremendous amount of talent, and I get to see a lot of that. I'm very fortunate to get to see a lot of the basketball athletes on a high level.
So it sounds like if you want to do that in your community, joining our ICA Sports and Fitness Council, getting to know our board members and come to our events would be a great way to get plugged in. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. There's so much diversity within or among the many members here on the council, and it's invaluable, the information and experience that you can gain.
Great. So we're looking forward to have you join our ICA Sports and Fitness Council, get to study with doctors, not only take care of the pros, but like Dr. Kyle was talking about himself, working with the kids in the neighborhoods and the communities, get plugged in and learn how to become just a better all-around sports chiropractor and how you can grow and make a more successful practice and reach more and more people, teach more and more people about the benefits of chiropractic. Dr. Kyle, I'm going to flip it back over to you one more if you have anything you'd like to say, final words.
Just it's very fulfilling when you get the opportunity to work with these athletes. Sometimes you're going to deal with the injuries that they have during the season. You may be asked to make a visit to the locker room. You're going to be working side by side with medical doctors, and your experience and expertise is invaluable. We can do things for these athletes immediately that many other professions can't do. And we're not giving medications, we're not giving injections. We're just helping that body to heal itself and to maximize each athlete's performance immediately in some cases. And that's something that's it's pretty amazing to be part of, and certainly something that we can all on the board here help you achieve, is that experience and the knowledge to make an effective input for that particular athlete.
I know one of the days I was like, thought was so cool is one of my young patients is he's going to Division III, play college basketball, but he asked me to come to his high school signing as his chiropractor. I thought that was so cool that this kid gets it. He understands that we're helping him. He's doing better with basketball and stuff like that because he's getting adjusted. And I hope every chiropractor gets to experience that someday. Any other final things, Dr. Kyle? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up.
No, I think that covers it, and we're looking forward to sharing a large volume of information. Many of the members here have decades of experience, and it's invaluable.
Thank you. And it's every sport too. So make sure that you like us, subscribe us. If you're watching this podcast, you can download it audio too, wherever you listen to podcasts. But like us, follow us. There'll be tons of more. We got interviews coming up with some of the top sports chiropractors in the world, athletes, celebrities, everybody else. So on that final note, we'll say thank you, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thank
Appreciate it,
you.
Brent. Thank you.